Hi, everybody. Welcome. And today we're going to talk about something that nobody talks about, right? And it's the grief that happens in midlife when we're neurodivergent. And why? It's because we're mourning the support that we should have had. We're mourning when we finally find out, especially for late diagnosis neurodivergent, when we finally find out and are given a diagnosis, there is a mourning period, there's a grieving period, and nobody really talks about that. Sometimes it feels good to get the diagnosis and say, okay, I know I'm not crazy. But then there's a whole other portion that comes to that, which is, oh my gosh, like imagine the life I could have lived for the past 6 years, 8 years, 10 years if I had only known this. Okay. And this is a real thing because sometimes you do get relief, but there's grief too. Okay. There's grief too. And I hear a lot of patients say, I have relief, but I'm angry. I'm sad. I have regret. I'm mad at the people around me that nobody could help me and diagnose me, right? And we know when we see research on late diagnosed women with neurodivergence has a real impact. There's a lot of self-blame too. Like, how did I not know this? There's more mental health strain and miss support. We really know that this can be a problem. Why didn't anybody see me? Why did I spend so many years blaming myself? What if again, how could my life have been if I knew this sooner? Okay. And I want to name this and I want to call this out because it's real and it is okay. It is okay. But we also have to be able to understand it and do something about it. And also, I want to give you permission. You are allowed to feel relief and grief at the same time. Okay, I'm going to say that again. You are allowed to feel relief and grief at the same time because masking is such a huge part of our story, right? Masking is such a huge part of what we've done and how have been able to become the capable, high function women that we are. So listen, if you're in this space right now, you're angry, you're sad, you're relieved, you're grieving all at once. You're not alone and you're not broken. You're processing the truth. And guess what? Sometimes, as the old saying goes, the truth hurts, right? But the truth can also free you, right? Because once you stop seeing yourself as the problem, you can actually start building support around the person that you actually are and the brain that you actually have. Okay. And what makes this better? It's not instantaneous, right? And it's not instantly, but it's with language and it starts with self-compassion. It starts with recognizing your past struggles were not moral failures. There's the relief. And it gets better when you stop forcing yourself to live like someone who has never needed support in the first place, right? You do. We have to start supporting you and your brain and who you are and in this new time in life, right? Because a lot of this is coming out in midlife because a lot of changes are happening biologically that are making these symptoms worse, that are helping, and I would say helping, right? Helping us unmask, right? And sometimes healing starts with letting yourself grieve. Sometimes healing starts with letting yourself be angry. Right? Letting yourself be sad. Like, why did I not know this? How come this is just coming up? And then getting the support that you probably needed the entire time. Right? And so I offer you, if this is somewhere where you find yourself, I offer you to sit with it. I offer you to be mad, to be angry, to grieve and allow yourself to. And then what are you going to do? What are the next steps that you're going to take? And I would offer you to come on over to Substack, where we talk and we have a wonderful tribe of neurodivergent women who are amazing, who have been through all of this. Okay, come on over, join our tribe. We would love to have you. Like and subscribe. Send this to someone else that may be struggling, right? And understand that it is okay to be upset. It is okay to grieve. And then what else are we going to do, right? What is the next step we're going to do with the amazing Ferrari brains that we have? Okay. Come on over to Substack and let's talk more about it.